y'all, it's Siobhan Muir. Welcome back to Cooking with Siobhan. So today we are making well, it's technically a cobbler. But most of the cobblers I remember kind of have a cover to them. But we're making this cobbler, which is called a mixed berry cobbler. And as you can see, we have raspberries and blackberries. And I discovered that my freezer was full of 4 bags of raspberries. Very strange. I thought, maybe I bought them and then forgot that I bought them and bought some more. So we are using up some of our raspberries and some blackberries. So what will you need? 6 cups of mixed berries, and I have 6 cups of at least 2 kinds of berries. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of water, 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, 2 to 4 tablespoons of sugar. This is going to go on the berries directly. It won't be part of the sprinkled top. So the way the recipe reads is it says that berries can be tart and need the full 4 tablespoons. Peaches rarely need any. So you know, depending on what kind of cobbler you're making, this is the mixed berry one, but depending on what kind of cobbler you're making, you're going to want a different amount of sugar. A cup of rolled oats, or even instant oats works just fine too. As long as you have oats, it should be good. 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, and we're using the gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour. 3/4 cup firmly packed brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of butter or 1 stick, softened. So those are the generally what you're going to need. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 191 degrees Celsius. Place the berries into a greased 2-quart casserole dish. Mine's square. Other people have oval ones. Mine's square. It'll taste just fine. Put your berries in the bottom of a greased 2-quart casserole dish. Onto that, it says sprinkle with the cinnamon, water, and lemon juice. So 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Just 1 teaspoon. I guess they figure you're going to do most of the flavoring into the crust that you put on this thing. All right, 1 teaspoon lemon juice and a tablespoon of water. Although, given how much ice is in this thing.
Yeah, I want to say that maybe the tablespoon of water has been taken care of.
It's a good possibility. All right, there's the teaspoon of lemon juice. I think there's enough water in it given all the ice. Add sugar as desired. We decided to go with 4 tablespoons, or 4 tablespoons equals 1/4 cup of sugar. And then, so I'm just going to sprinkle this over that too. Because blackberries and raspberries can be tart. It's a little like making a rhubarb thing. Rhubarb is so sour, you need extra sugar. So set this aside. In a large bowl, combine the oats, the flour, the brown sugar, and the butter. So, 1 cup of oats. You want a pastry cutter or a fork. I happen to have a pastry cutter, so I'm going to use it. Yeah, 3/4 of a cup of flour. So there's 1/2 cup. All right, 3/4 of a cup of flour, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Now I'm gonna mash these up and combine them a little bit before we add the butter. Mostly because when you do packed brown sugar, it's solid, you know? And it might be nice to kind of break some of the pieces up before we add the butter. Now this is going to make the topping that goes over your cobbler. And really, this is a very simple recipe. Like, super fast, and basically the longest part is the baking. So I've kind of mixed it up, and all this is right now is sugar, flour, and oats. That's really all that's there. Now, you add the butter. And you cut the butter in with your fork or pastry cutter to make it kind of a tasty crumble. This is where it gets a little more interesting. Our sous chef. Actually, he's more just interested in how many treats do I get?
He's the taste tester. I'm like, I'm the sous chef.
So you want to keep mixing this until the butter is pretty well mixed in. Instead of big chunks, you want to have them, you want it be kind of mixed in small crumble. All right. That's a pretty good crumble. Sprinkle the crumble mixture evenly over the fruit. So basically you want to cover this. Make sure it's relatively even. I mean, it's a crumble, you're not going to get it exact. But you want to make sure it's pretty even. I would recommend using your hands. All right. Really simple. Then you bake at 375 or 191 Celsius for 25 to 35 minutes or until the fruit is tender and the topping is golden brown. So it should be probably, I would start at 30.
I did, yep.
Yeah. And then we'll go from there and see if it needs more. So we'll put this in and then we'll check at 30 and then we'll see how it goes. Now, you're supposed to serve this hot with ice cream. But I'm not touching this because it's hot. But it smells really good. So I'm going to serve it up. It is, understand this thing is really hot. So it's still bubbling. So they did say serve warm with ice cream. Well, this thing's hot. So
Well, we could just eat it by itself, no ice cream required.
it's true. The ice cream probably cools down your mouth after you put something really, really hot in it. But we won't go there.
All right. Well then.
There it is. I'm not convinced. I am not convinced. She's not convinced either.
It's all right. It's good. I can taste the berry and such. I think I might even get a little bit of lemon, but I don't get more than that. Now, to be fair, I can't taste cinnamon. I can smell it, which is the only way I can identify whether or not it's in there, but I can't taste it.
I can well, I just got a huge thing of cinnamon with the blackberry.
Yeah.
Not bad. I mean, I wouldn't go, oh my God, what have you brought? Well, it's okay. Like, if you're really into tart things,
This would probably be really good for you.
yeah, you would really love this. I think it would be good. It would definitely be good with ice cream.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to eat it by itself. You know, with rhubarb crunch, you can eat it by itself. I like to. Even though it's really tart. This, I think it definitely needs the ice cream. So yeah, it is not a failure. It is simply,
There is room for improvement.
there is, and you can do whatever you'd like to it. You can add different spices. I mean, the cinnamon, I can taste the cinnamon, but I think I might add cardamom to it.
And vanilla too, maybe.
And vanilla. Vanilla would really help. I think if you did a half a teaspoon of vanilla, that would really help. And again, it would be something you would serve up in maybe little cups and then add a dollop of ice cream. And then as a mixture, I think it would be really good. I'm not sure I'd eat it by itself, but it is pretty good. And it's really simple. You know, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ingredients. You throw it all together and call it good.
Yeah, you can make this in less than an hour.
Yeah, oh yeah. 15 minutes.
I'll wrap at the baking time. I was putting prep and
Oh.
bake together.
Yeah, it says prep time 15 minutes, baking time 35 minutes. But yeah, all right. If you like a kind of a tart crumble, I bet it would be good with peaches. They did mention peaches in the recipe. You won't need too much extra sugar because the peaches will be sweeter. And that might be really good. Maybe it's just that the berries were too tart.
Could be, although I know our blackberries were on the sweet end.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Definitely ring the bell to find out when there's new videos coming. Like, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and definitely follow me on Patreon. Because did you know that you can join Patreon for free and get some of the freebies and be free members? And get a taste of what people are doing without even before you become a full patron? You totally can. So join my Patreon, which is patreon.com/Siobhan Muir, and see if you like my stuff. And then there are a bunch of tiers that you can choose from, and the rewards go up from there. Yeah, happy baking, happy eating, and happy reading. Bye.